dear beautiful ladies out there. We are here again on Ladies Corner. As you know, you know what we do on Ladies Corner. We talk about things that are related to we ladies, ladies affairs. And I am not alone. Okay, first of all, introduction. My name is Boluwatife Ajayi, and with me in the studio, I have Boluwatito.
Yes, you're welcome once again to today's episode of Ladies Corner. My name is Boluwatito Afolabi. And yes, anything that has to do with ladies, we're definitely there. Whether you are young, old, whatever age, this is your corner. So you really want to be attentive for today's program. So we welcome you all and do well to share this with as many people as possible. Call your friends, tell others too. So do not be the only one that will benefit from this. Tell others, as many people as possible, to come benefit from Ladies Corner for today.
That's a very brilliant introduction.
Really?
All
Thank
right.
you.
Just like you heard us say, you can call your friends because on Ladies Corner we talk about things that are related to we ladies. Yeah, we are here for
And
you.
they are actually inexhaustible. We cannot exhaust them. So anything at all that has to do with ladies, this is the right channel.
Yeah.
This is the right program for that program. So for your talk, actually.
Yeah. So we are here again to talk about a very important topic that is pertaining to all ladies out there. This topic is very important, but most ladies do not take it very, very serious. And what is that particular thing? I'm very sure you also want to know what that thing is. And it is this topic of self-love and self-care.
Right. Right.
I mean, as a lady, well, some things are determined by our upbringing.
Right.
You understand? Yeah. We are not in charge. We are not in control of our personal upbringing. But when we get to some certain age, we should, realize and get to understand some things that we should prioritize in our life. And self-care and self-love is important. As a lady, taking care of yourself is very, very important. Very, very important.
Very, very.
Starting from your hair, your hairdo, your dresses, your upkeeping, your,
The way you look.
the way you look, everything.
Your
So,
appearance
your
generally,
appearance,
the way you are, the way you dress is the way you are dressed, right?
Like, Yoruba people will say, Irinisi,
Nisonilojo.
Sonilojo, abi ni
Very
Isenilojo.
correct.
Whatever. So we appreciate the Yoruba proverb for that saying.
Yoruba culture is very rich.
Yeah, very, very rich. So if you are, currently listening to Ladies Corner with Boluwatife and Boluwatito, I will implore you to, sit tight and fasten your seatbelt because we are here again to, talk about, just like I said, we are here again to talk about something that is very, very important. So what is self-love exactly? So let me read out, from my own research.
Okay.
Yeah, let me read out. It says self-love means that you have an appreciation, affinity, and positive regard for yourself. It is closely related to self-esteem and self-compassion. When you have a strong sense of self-love, you understand your value and treat yourself in a loving way. My dear sis, this is very, very important. This is important. This point is very important. It says do you have something to say?
Yeah, I mean, when you love yourself, like it has been stated, what actually brings me to this? While we thought of bringing this topic up, do you know what came to my mind? It just came to my mind that in the olden days, right, in those days of old, what I came to, although I was not there, but in the movies and according to what we heard, there are some certain ways that ladies are expected to behave. For example, if a girl or a lady gets married, she's expected to do everything for her husband or for the home. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but then there is this behavior that is actually I wouldn't really say it is related to African culture, but mostly it's predominant in African culture that once you are married, you belong totally to the man.
To your husband, okay?
And you do not have a say.
You see.
So, that upbringing, and when such a person gets married and gives birth to a child, most especially a girl child and a female, she tells her daughter that this is the way you're expected to behave because that's the way of the society.
Yeah, the society.
Right. So she tells, no, if your husband says this, you're not expected
To object.
Exactly. So you must go in line with what your husband says. So that inevitably has actually diminished the self-love and the self-care and the self-esteem. So that has so been, I was actually having this opportunity to, I had this discourse with a lady now. Okay. It happens that it was in an organization. Okay. And there was this setting where you have been made to believe that a girl is supposed to sweep, a girl is supposed to cook, a girl is supposed to do this, a girl is supposed to do that. So there was this timetable that was set for younger people, so to say, that they came for a sort of training. Okay. And in this organization, it happens that is the girl and the boy, so both male and female are in this organization together. So the person that sets the timetable or roster, not timetable now, roster, sets it in such a way that it is the girl or it is the girls that will do the chores. Do the sweeping, do every other thing. So when I got there and I discovered that was what he did, I was like, please, I do not understand the setting. Why? What if the girls or if the ladies are doing that? What are the guys supposed to do? And the lady I was having the discourse with was like, the guys are supposed to sit. I was like, I'm not sure I heard what you said.
I mentioned something like personal upbringing.
Right.
There are some families that, because they want their male child to how should I put it now, to gain respect, to be able to
feel macho.
Okay. They say, you should not do this, you should not do that. So why don't you leave it to the girls and let them do?
Or the ladies for them to do. And I had to ask the girl to please. I don't think I heard you properly. Could you repeat yourself? And she said, yes, the girls are not supposed to do anything. And this lady is quite young. And I painted a scenario. Okay, all right, I heard you. I'm not saying I didn't hear you. I heard you perfectly clear. Now, take for example, you're married, you now happen to give birth to children, and all your children are boys. Okay, they are boys. You wish to give birth to a girl, but then it's not your doing. You cannot give birth to you have children quite all right. So all of them are boys. So you are supposed to now. If you grew up with that mentality, you're supposed to wash for the girl or for the boys. You're supposed to cook for them, do the sweeping for them, do absolutely everything for them. And they happen to grow up in your house and they go out and, maybe they return from school and you're still expected to do everything for them. I can imagine a typical African mother, you are sweeping and your boy is there. No, I trust my mom. No, I trust my mom. See that broom that she's using to sweep? My mom will wipe your head with that broom. I don't understand. I'm sweeping, you are sitting. What? My mom does not believe in, and that's why I actually thank God for my uncle. Even the boys in my house do know how to cook than the ladies. Why? Because my mom taught us that whether you are a boy or you are a girl, you're supposed to do the house chores. So when you get to your own house, and even if your wife does not want to do it, take for example, I have brothers, and if the brother or the wife does not want to cook, he goes to the kitchen himself and do his cooking, even cooks for the both of them. So I don't see that as really much of a big deal. Now, what I'm trying to paint here is that look at such a lady that has grown up with that. If the husband is not willing, even when she's tired and she's sick, she cannot do anything. She is mandated to get up from her sick bed to cook for her husband. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but then it takes a toll on the body. And once it starts telling on the body, gradually the self-love self-esteem, self-care starts diminishing.
Okay, you know what? I was trying to understand what you when you got to the point of, a lady
Really?
and doing house chores.
See-
But now that you mentioned this point, I
That was
understand
actually what
better.
made me say that. And one way or the other, that's not the only picture, that's not the only scenario, but this is still part of it. Now, if she continues to do that day in, day out, without taking care of herself, she won't have a mouth to talk outside, so to say.
And that is to this point will lead me to me saying that even amidst of amidst of a busy schedule,
Right,
doing
right.
house chores, training your kids, cooking for your, tendering to the care of your husband, doing every other thing. There is still a space for we ladies, for
Right.
we women to still say, okay, even if it is, self-love are in diverse ways.
Very
Self-love are in diverse
many.
ways. You just sitting down and then meditating, that is an example of self-love. You're thinking about the things that, thinking about positive things.
Right.
That is another side of self-love. And then when we are talking about, fashion, taking care of ourselves as ladies, you applying good cream, wearing nice dresses, applying very nice perfumes.
Right, very, very
those are
important.
another side to self-love. So that's why I said self-love are in diverse
Diverse.
ways. And there's one prominent key point that I would like to say now. Self-love has to do with self-esteem. There is no way, if you do not have a proper self-esteem, there is no way that self-love will come out. I don't know if
You will start second guessing yourself.
Yeah.
Am I
So-
doing this right?
right?
Am I
You
going in the
understand?
right path?
So if you do not have hope in yourself, if you do not believe in yourself, if you don't have a very good esteem, if you have a low self-esteem, that will keep you from practicing self-love and self-care, because you will not even want to anything they are saying around you, you will not even bother. If someone is calling your attention to maybe Titi, this your dress is somehow, or Titi, you're not smelling so good. The fact that you don't have that self-esteem,
You
will
start
not
immediately. You start being self-conscious, and you won't be yourself. You won't
Exactly.
be able to, speak properly and even appear confidently
Exactly.
in front of others. So the concept of self-love is actually very, very important.
Yeah, it is very, very important.
So please, ladies, make sure that you take care of yourself properly and you do not the necessary. There are steps where there are steps that you take that will lead to self-love.
Yeah.
And I believe one of those steps that you take is do not compare yourself to others.
Yeah, that is very, very important.
Very, very important. Yeah, we are unique
In
beings.
our own little ways.
Even twins that are identical, that are paternal twins, despite the fact that they have similarities, they also have their differences as well. So you as an individual, you are unique. Do not compare yourself to your twin.
Yeah.
Talk less another person. Comparing yourself to another person actually diminishes your self-esteem. It makes you doubt yourself.
Yeah.
That,
Can I do this? Can I do that? And then that is going to limit oneself from attaining to a greater height.
Really,
Which is very,
really,
very important. And
really.
which is one of let me go the Christian way now, which is one of God's purpose of sending us on this earth, is
Really.
attaining greater height. And if self-esteem, self-love is part of it. So, my dear sister, that is you are watching me, and if you know anyone that is struggling with low self-esteem, that is not practicing self-love, just a little point, just a little word from you can go a long way.
Yeah, in
there are some
helping the
people,
person.
there are some people that are suffering from low self-esteem, that are not taking care of themselves. It is because of what somebody has said to them.
Right.
Especially from the families. I know of a family that has they have 3 children.
Okay.
2 boys and 1 girl.
Okay.
And then there was one God. Okay, the way this girl is, her teeth are out.
Okay.
Her teeth are, but it is not bad. With time,
It will adjust.
it will adjust. But it was even the mom now that was making reference to the teeth. tí mo bá gbá ẹ mú, eyín ẹ̀ tó ta síta bí eyín kìíní yẹn. That word.
Seriously, it begins to tell on the girl.
So that kind of a girl now, in public, when others are laughing, opening their teeth, she will not be able. She won't be able to open her teeth in the public, or somebody that has a very big body as a growing up kid, and then maybe a friend, a very close friend of a very close family of ours tells her that this is your body, you're too fat, so you're not going to find
body shaming.
Body shaming, yeah, thank you, body shaming. And then you find out that kind of a person, when she is in class or when she is in a public place, she will not have the confidence to express herself. Whereas it is this set of people that are always very, very brilliant.
Very.
So what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that our families, our friends,
should be careful of every word.
Of the words that comes out of their mouth, because very little statement like this can either damage a person, make or mar a person, damage a person, or even heal a person. So what am I trying to say? If you are listening to me now and you belong to the set of people, to the caliber of people that that say bad things one way or the other to everybody around them, please go and stop it. I have heard about stories of people that committed suicide because
as a result
one simple thing.
Seriously,
one statement that they heard. Yeah. So I will urge you, to try and be positive around people.
And be careful.
You being positive around people doesn't mean you are impacting their lives alone. You are also impacting your own
yourself.
Life. Because if you're, if you're telling them, if you're trying to say, okay, if you're telling them, if you're trying to tell them something positive now, it is also affecting your own mentality.
In the subconscious. You are not even conscious of it.
And before you know it, the positive things that you are saying to them, you begin to see them in your lives. You begin to walk in the reality of those positive things.
Right. Very true.
We have said a lot on the show. And just before we round up, I think we should, have a break, or
let's go on this.
Or should we just continue that way?
No. Let's go on a short break.
Okay, let's go on a short break, and when we are back, we are going to be continuing from where we stopped. Thank you very much. Please stay tuned to us. And yes, you're welcome back to the Ladies Corner with Buluwatife and Buluwati. So the B Square and in a building gracing your screen. So you're currently listening to Ladies Corner, and thank you so much for staying tuned. Thank you for staying with us since the beginning of this program. And so we have been talking about self-love, self-care, and low self-esteem, and high self-esteem. And now, just before we round off the show now, I would like us to talk about the
ways of practicing
self-love. Little things
that we can
do, so that we'll be able to have respect, so that we'll be able to believe in ourselves more. And here I think this is what I have, let me put it that way. This is what I have practiced very well, and that has worked. That has worked for me. And that is embracing your uniqueness.
Right.
This is me telling you that you're watching me. This is not for the guys. This is not for the men.
Ladies,
this is for the ladies.
Listen to this.
Embrace yourself. I actually have a story to share now.
Okay.
As when I was growing up, I used to believe that am I fine? I'll just
many ladies have actually been in that corner.
Yeah, I will just stay in front of the mirror like this and be looking at myself. Why is this place like this? And you know what? When I entered secondary school, GSS1, and they were listing out the names of finest girls in the class, there was one particular boy. It was like, put Precious name, and one guy just stood up from nowhere. No. Precious has this place and this place. She's not fine.
Oh actually what we have been talking about, upbringing.
Yeah.
For such as you have said that.
Yeah.
What did this child know? And it starts from bullying.
Thank
That's
you.
the aspect of bullying. There is absolutely no reason why we should bully ourselves. In fact, I believe those people who are bullying are the ones suffering from low self-esteem.
Exactly, because maybe they see their person as someone superior.
Superior, exactly. So that's just the problem. So we can actually do away with bullying, please.
Please, let's do
bullying.
it. So that boy was like, no, Precious has bone here. She has bone here. No, she's not fine. Don't put
She
her
has
name.
a cheekbone.
And I just looked at him like this. I did not say anything.
I can see I would actually love to have slapped that child.
And then another story is this is not about me now. This is about somebody else.
All right.
This lady, a very beautiful young lady. I'm a lady. I know who is beautiful. She is very beautiful, and she has a pointed nose.
Right.
And all along, she used to believe that this nose is a big deal. But people around her would always be like, "Your nose is
fine.
very, very fine. Your nose is very, very fine. What is wrong?" Do you know that if that girl would dress, she will have to use scarf? So that is a result of something that has been said.
You can
To her.
imagine.
You understand? But we are not in control of what people say to us.
Right.
Yeah. But we are in control of how we feel
And how we think as
and
well.
how we think about those things that people have said to us. And that is why I said, embrace your uniqueness.
Right.
Anybody that has been around me very well will know that I can just take my phone like this and just say, Boluwatife was fine.
And that's you saying positive things
that
to
is you
yourself.
saying, these are what I have practiced over the years and have helped me to believe in myself that Precious.
No, you are beautiful.
God.
So actually, I see a point in this, and this is very, very important. You have to say positive things
About
to yourself. So do not listen to the haters. Because these people are beefers, they are haters. So do not listen to them. Just listen to your inner voice.
Yeah.
What exactly is your inner voice telling you? Because believe me, what your inner voice is telling you is what's in the reality. So if your inner voice is telling you are ugly, that means you are ugly. But if you keep telling that your inner voice that no, I am beautiful, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Believe me sincerely, that's what people will see. Is what you project to yourself that people are going to see. If you believe that no, I can go beyond this point, I can go to the extreme, I can go more miles, I can go more than I have been limited to, or I am limited to. You can definitely go beyond that. So saying positive things to yourself is actually one important aspect of self-love.
And then appreciating
yourself as well.
Your body, like the physical body.
That is
very, very important. If you are big, I won't say fat now because no, I won't say fat. If you are of a plus size, appreciate your body. There are things that even if you don't like how you are,
there are things you can do.
To just adjust yourself. That is one way that you can practice. That is one thing that you can practice, and not get affected by what people are saying, because people will always be people.
People will talk.
They will always talk. That is them.
And that is what I believe is their mouth. Like that saying. So you cannot say that they shouldn't talk. But that quickly, that's all we have for the program for today, because our time is fast spent. We hope that you can join us next time for more of the Ladies Corner on Ladies Talk, because we have many things. In fact, we are going to gist. Don't worry. But in the meantime, I hope you have enjoyed us. My name is Boluwatife Afolabi.
And I am Boluwatife Ajayi, the Black Diamond. Don't forget to tell yourself that you are beautiful, you are wonderfully made. Do you have a nice time, nice day. Bye-bye.